Hi, Mr. Sally here, your favorite student, and now I'll be showing you how to create a whirlpool generator, or how I created my whirlpool generator. Um, my hypothesis is, if I am able to create a whirlpool inside the water bottle, then I will record my findings of the success and how I got there, because the process is important to the project. My independent variable is the amount of water inside the water bottle, then my dependent would be the size of the whirlpool inside the water bottle. First, I have the fish tank, which acts as a reservoir holding all the water, and the water pump inside, which is connected to the hose, or the hose connected to the water pump. And when I turn the water pump in or plug it in, the water is pumped through the hose, through the hole, which is taped on the side of the cup, which acts as a vortex generator. Because it's taped on the side, it forces the water to go down in a circular motion, making it able to have a whirlpool. But since the hole in the bottom is way too big, it drains way too fast. You can see there's a small cork right here, just with a hole drilled through it to where it slows down the rate of it draining. And now, if you want to see how it works, I'm just going to plug it in. Now, it should make a whirlpool. There it is. It's making a small whirlpool. Now I'm going to test my independent and dependent variable, and I'm going to add some water to the cup and see if it affects the whirlpool by making it bigger. Okay, just going to add a little bit of water. See if it works. As to this point, it just looks like it's draining because it's going up, down, down, down. I think it did affect it, just to the fact where it doesn't make the whirlpool anymore. And then it gets down to about there. And then the whirlpool reforms. So what I found is, after adding water to the cup, it completely destroys the vortex until it gets about almost, the water level almost gets all the way down. Then the water actually reforms the vortex and the water gradually gets bigger. I don't know if you've noticed, but the water level in the cup has actually increased since the last time. It actually goes higher if I pour water in the cup, but if I were to pour water inside the thing, instead of just destroying the vortex, it would actually raise the level in here, making this level get higher. So I'm going to do that.
Subsequently, you would have a larger vortex.
Yeah, and I'd have a much larger vortex. And if you haven't noticed, it's actually slowly getting a little bit bigger. My findings the amount of water it's not inside the cup, really. It's more of inside the tank that actually matters. That's what's actually changing the size of the vortex. So if I were to pour the water in the cup, it would indeed change the size, but that's still draining into here. But if I were to pour it in here, it's still changing the size because there's more water in here, making more able to supply here, making an equilibrium. Now I'm going to be comparing the whirlpool making machine to the actual whirlpools in the ocean. So my machine has the reservoir containing the water and the pump pumping the water into the bottle of water, or the vortex generator, and spiraling down, making a whirlpool at this bottom, draining back into the reservoir. But in the ocean, there are currents everywhere, and sometimes two currents oppose each other, and along the sides of the currents, there are small whirlpools that spiral down, and the currents kind of chase each other downward, kind of like a tornado, where the tornado has two currents of air and they oppose each other, but the temperature difference doesn't really matter for a whirlpool, and the whirlpool is going down where the tornado is going up. And yeah, that's the difference between my whirlpool making machine and the actual whirlpools in the ocean. Something I found interesting during my research was there's an unusual system of whirlpools in the open seas in the Lofkoff Islands off the Norwegian coast. It is the second strongest whirlpool in the world, with the flow currents reaching speeds as high as 32 kilometers per hour, or 20 miles per hour. Well, that was a fun fact, and this is my project, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Ms. Hayes, I think this project deserves an A.